way, what we're doing is we're inviting this entity that is God itself. It's a part of God, the spirit of forgiveness, inviting it into the sacred hall and to passing it on to all of the directions, not just in this realm, but all over the planet, because this air which we're talking in, this very same air goes all over planet Earth. So everything that we're doing here, everything that we're saying here, this air has consciousness, this air has a spirit. So the spirit of air is taking it all over the planet, and it's going to impact, maybe not this very second, but generations from now, it'll happen. Just like 8-10 generations ago, our ancestors prayed for us. And even before that, everybody that's here participating in this, I really believe that somewhere in that spirit realm, we all got together and we decided that we were going to be here today to do this. And so this is a fulfillment of a commitment that we made way back in time, before anything was. And we agreed with Creator that we would be here in this sacred hall today to bring the spirit of forgiveness in a very real way, in a real understanding, back to the very center of what this society is about. I mean, I still can't even believe it. I'm in Washington, D.C., and I think the president is just a few blocks that way or that way, and it's like, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that. It's like, what does this mean? Because I'm not supposed to be here. And so I hope that some of this will make intuitive sense, and if it doesn't, it's okay. Your spirit understands it. And when my teacher was telling me these things way back when, most of the time I would leave the room really angry and wondering, what is he talking about? Because he would say things like in Zen koans, and then he would laugh at me. See, at least I'm not laughing at anybody. And I would leave pretty offended almost every time for 3 years. But I would keep going back, and I don't know why I kept going back. And actually, I need to tell the story, because June 21st just happened. And after 3 years of getting these teachings from him that I had no idea what he was talking about, on June 19th of that year, I went to see him, and he was sitting in front of his little wooden house in his wheelchair because he was paralyzed. And he proceeded to lecture me like a college professor. And I was like, I even got more resentful. I said, well, why couldn't he do that the whole 3 years I've been seeing him? Why is he waiting 3 years of torture to be telling me this? And there was a reason for that. And the reason is and was that on June 21st, he was going to go on his journey, and he knew that. And so on June 21st, which was 2 days later, the solstice, he asked one of his family members to bring in his altar. And when they brought in his altar, he said a prayer, and he expelled his consciousness into the spirit world. And then I realized who he was. Because up to then, I thought he was some crazy old guy that was just telling me real crazy stuff. But at that time, at that moment, I realized that this is truly a holy person that you've been talking to for 3 years. Except that holy people usually don't tell you they're holy. Because if they do, then they might not be so holy. And so I just want to end this with a poem by Mary Oliver. First, is there anything that really didn't make sense and I need to say about another sense? Because I don't want to leave here and then somebody say, oh man, I should have said, anybody want to, so everything's cool, okay. And the name of the poem is Wild Geese, and it's pretty profound words. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Wherever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in a family of things. And in that spirit, there's a lot of our prayers, and because everything we're doing is a prayer. Actually, life itself is a prayer. I want to tell you that. Just want to say that may the sacred be restored in beauty. 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 All of my relatives, I hope.
What wonderful teachings, and another example from our indigenous people on how an elder impacts the life of one of our spiritual people in the community. Not only an acclaimed author, but psychologist, an Apache elder from the Kiowa Nation. Appreciate Dr. Eduardo Duran for joining us this morning. Dr. Duran, let's hear it for him again. Well, we've had several speakers that took us through the morning, and right now we're going to get ready for a 45-minute break, but this is the most important part for the afternoon ceremonies because this is where the interactive part comes in. There's been healing prayers that have been laid down on this sacred hoop from 24 different boarding schools, from all of these different tribal nations, and we're going to go through a healing ceremony where Elder Horace is going to be assisting us with that, and Brother Marlon and Elder Don is going to be speaking about this hoop and the healing ceremony, and this is your chance to be a part of that. We have our dancers, we have our singers that are going to be offering songs. We have the mother-daughter drum from the Shawnee Nation that is going to be joining us. And we have a special guest from the Wellbriety Movement Council of Elders who's going to be speaking. And we're going to have an open mic night when we continue with this where we're having boarding school survivors share their experience, strength, and hope with you. So we hope that you can join us for this healing ceremony. And we're going to break for lunch, and we have a wonderful cafeteria right here at the Smithsonian. So we hope you can go ahead and to join us for that. And to go ahead and release us, I'm going to ask the Eagle Spirit Singers from the Waiter, the Ojibwe Nation, to go ahead and to close us for this break with a song.